Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, iRacing fans from around the world, welcome to another live broadcast by KMA Racing. This is Tuesday Night Trucks. I am Scott Golovic, and this is KMA TV. Right off the bat, want to give a big shout out to our sponsor for the night, Jason Russo and Pro Automotive ASE Certified Technicians, 199 Oxford Avenue, Dudley, Massachusetts, taking care of all your automotive needs and repairs. So a big shout out there to Jason Russo. As I mentioned, this is Kansas. It's going to be a great night out here. Track temperature setting at 75 degrees, zero humidity, mostly cloudy with an air temp of 65 degrees. Our venue for the evening, Kansas City, with a track length of 1.529 miles, 4 turns. Pretty basic scenario out here at Kansas. Turn left, push that hammer down, pull off that throttle a little bit, and you'll be just fine. We are driving the Chevy Silverados and the Toyota Tundras. Drivers are getting ready to take their qualifying laps as we are finishing up our practice session for the night. A lot of drivers out here joining us tonight. We've got Mark Jackson in the number 3. A lot of expectations out here tonight for Mark Jackson. Also joining us, representing Southeast, will be the number 77 of Jack Watts. Our sponsor for the night, number 14, Jason Russo. Right off the bat, big shout out there too, Jason Russo, Pro Automotive. Number 19, Darren Reason. High hopes out here tonight for Darren Reason. Relatively new driver to KMA Racing. Driving the Peak Silverado. About 3.5 more minutes left in qualifying. Qualifying pretty darn important out here at Kansas. You want to get out there in the front, you want to stay out there in that front. Taking a look at these drivers' qualifying lines. Everybody's going to run that line just a little bit different. There is the number 15, Sean Mulchek, running his line. Donald Stewart out here tonight in plain white wrapper, number 78. Recent winner here with KMA Racing. Brad Ream out here in the number 61. Nice looking autism awareness truck right there. Supporting autism awareness, KMA TV and RTK Motorsports. Big shout out there to the fans. Becky Whitmer out there on that KMA TV chat. Also joining us out here tonight is son Whitmer, Gary Whitmer Jr. tonight, driving the number 52. Did a great job last night. What a night last night was indeed at Richmond. I believe we had 10 cautions, possibly 11, but Gary Whitmer hanging out in back, being very careful, very cautious. Ended up with a real nice finish. Hopefully he'll be doing equally as well out here tonight. Ronald Klein showing his support for autism as well in the number 76, finishing up his qualifying times. Hopefully going to see some green flag racing and a whole bunch of green flag pit stops out here tonight at Kansas. Pit road, a little bit of a challenge. Not a big deal. Just got to take her easy going in. Take her easy going out. We do have cautions on. Drivers are allowed 1 reset based upon the damage of the vehicle. Reset's not necessarily mandatory, but oftentimes if you get too much damage out there, you aren't going to be going anywhere. So drivers have definitely got to be very careful opting for use of that reset. Looking at the number 40, Garrett Potts and the Monster Energy, wrapping up his queue times. Sean Mulchick out here tonight, as well as Greg McClendon, Richard Brose, Jason Russo, all three of the sponsors for KMA Racing. We are working on an upcoming new schedule beginning to kick off the first week of June. 15 different tracks over 15 weeks, stretching out across all three of the major vehicles. So basically, week 1 will be at Dover in all three classes. Week 2, I do believe we are going to be at Michigan. We're going to be seeing Bristol, Vegas, and Phoenix. This Saturday, very special event. Going to be doing the Ryan Sadusky Memorial Race. 100 laps of Talladega Trucks this coming Saturday. Taking care of our good friend Donald Sadusky in tribute to his recently passed away son Ryan. That will be on Saturday. On Sunday, we're going to be taking our monthly pad race, and that will be on Sunday. Taking a look at our starting grid out here tonight, out there on the front line. We do have Travis Browder in that P1 position. Big shot out there too. Travis Browder. Jason Russo sitting over in second place. Good start there for Jason Russo. Third place belonging to Mark Jackson. Fourth place, Sean Mulchick. Fifth place belonging to Matthew Quick. Sixth place belonging to Estill Fields. Seventh place belonging to Brad Ream. Good starting spot there for RTK Motorsports. Eighth place belonging to Maurice Johnson. Haven't seen Maurice for a while. Snap-on. Ninth place belonging to Garrett Potts. And the number 40, Matthew Kolb, taking up position 10 tonight. Jack Watts, representing Southeast, in position 11. Mark Omtire, number 37, in 12th. 13th position belonging to Darren Reason. Donald Stewart out there in the number 78. Number 15th position belonging to Raymond Rittenauer. Ronald Klein with RTK sitting back there in position 16. Position 17 belonging to Ryan Kuhn, 16 years old. 18th position belonging to Matt Cook. Matt Cook not in the field tonight. Greg McClendon out there in position 19. Sean Dower sitting back in position 20. 21, Dave Acacia. 22, Richard Brose. And up to our front leader, Travis Browder. Gary Whitmer back in 24th. Lee Ryerson, 25th valid pace car is in.
Green flag.
Nice start out there by Travis Browder. Travis Browder getting ready to rumble out here for 100 laps. Travis Browder starting tonight's race in second position. Jason Russo actually in second position. Jason Russo a little bit into the wall. Number 15 taking evasive maneuvering right there. Jason Russo early into the wall on to lap 1. Doesn't appear that's going to affect his ride though. Number 15 up into second place. Number 15 being driven by. Doing a great job out there tonight. Number 15, Sean Mulchick. Matthew Quick already working his way up to third place as Jason Russo pours it on side by side with the number 15. Number 42 of the Still Fields into the wall. 42 overdriving it up into that wall. Being borne down by the number 40 of Garrett Potts. And the number 61 of Brad Ream. Already, drivers having a bit of a hard time meeting up with that wall. Number 42 of Still Fields side by side with Garrett Potts. Brad Ream in the number 61 up on that outside lane as the number 77 of Jack Watts comes rolling by. Brad Ream opting for that higher lane. Jack Watts, more of a low-line type of feller. Jack Watts started 11th, currently working his way up to 8th position, representing Southeast Motorsports. Number 322 of Maurice Johnson going underneath the number 77, trying to get a run, drifting up. Watching his inside as the number 61 of Brad Ream comes pouring back down. Chasing down the number 77 of Jack Watts. Good action out here on lap 4 of 100. Raymond Rittenauer, the number 87, up onto the rear end of the number 42 of Still Fields. Raymond Rittenauer started 15th, currently in 12th, and the number 87, Fanatic, making his run, trying to get around the number 42, and does, trying to get up to the number 61. 61 side by side there with Maurice Johnson. Pack already beginning to get stretched out here at Kansas. A lot of distance between these 8 trucks compared to this front pack. Front pack is nicely stretched out. Travis Browder up here in front. Matthew Quick. Mark Jackson positions 2 and 3. Jason Russo position 4. Sean Molchek position 5. Garrett Potts and Matthew Kolb sitting back there in position 6 and 7. Pack racing back here with Brad, Raymond, Jack, and Maurice. Number 322 putting on a good show tonight, Maurice Johnson. Making Jack Watts having to work for it. Raymond Rittenauer back there in 11th position, driving the Fanatic. Big shout out there to Kristen. Hey, Mama Patty. Number 322 in trouble. Maurice Johnson hitting that wall. That's going to cost him some time. Big shout out there to Mama Patty. Since Mama Patty's out there on that KMA TV chat, let's go check in on our favorites, one of our favorite sons. We got a lot of favorite sons out here. Want to check in out here on number 3 of Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson in the over-the-top paints and designs. Mark Jackson started 3rd, currently is in 3rd position. Mark Jackson slowing way down. Not sure what was happening there with Mark Jackson as he did tremendously slow down. Right now side by side with the number 40. 40 of Garrett Potts and car camera with Mark Jackson. Looking at speeds upwards of 170, dropping it down to 168, 169. Now Mark Jackson getting back into that throttle. Coming around the number 14 of Jason Russo, tracking back down up there too. The number 40, they are riding shotgun with Mark Jackson on lap 10 of 100. I'll tell you what, Mama Patty, Mark Jackson is in it to win it, coming down to the outside of the base of maneuver right there. Bumper to bumper with the number 40, giving the number 40 a little bit of a love tap. Mark Jackson giving him a little beep beep on lap 11. Want to jump back in and check in on Gary Whitmer Jr., our other favorite son. Oh my goodness, Mom Whitmer. Gary has got an eyeful up there in front. Gary Whitmer started 24th, currently is in position 20, driving the number 52 tonight. Not his usual numbers. Gary Whitmer in the GW Graphics Chevy Silverado.
Caution.
Taking a look at our KMA TV replay, looking at contact there with the number 14 and the number 18, scraping it up. But that's not what caused it, ladies and gentlemen. Up there with the number 3 of Mark Jackson. We're going to progress a little forward. A little bit of side scraping action there going on between the number 40 and the number 3. Rubbin is racing, and I'll let you decide right there what happened. But as they do scrape, Mark Jackson goes to the right. Not much Mark could do about it. Takes a right-hand turn into the wall, but along with the number 40 of Garrett Potts. So contact between Mark Jackson, Garrett Potts, bringing out our first caution, and both drivers are going to be hurting a little bit on that one there. Nobody flipped over, nobody rolled over, so that's always a very plus sign right there. Mark Jackson working his way up there to pit row. All these drivers right now heading off into pit row. Underneath our first caution of the night, all of these drivers getting in to pit row on lap 14 of 100. Four tires will be a must out here tonight at Kansas. There's absolutely no reason to sit out there and press your issue. It does appear that Raymond Rittenauer will be the first driver out of pit row and back out onto that track. How about it, Raymond Rittenauer? Have you got a copy?
10-4.
Alrighty, you were first driver out of pit row right there. Good job, lap 14 of 100. Talk to me about the first 14 laps out here at Kansas. What are we looking? What's in store for Kansas tonight?
Well, it should be fun tonight. Highline works pretty good. I missed my pit here. That's why I kind of came out first there, but should be a lot of fun tonight.
All right, you got any good advice out here for the drivers on how they should treat Kansas?
Just be patient and don't try to push it.
All righty, good advice. Good luck to you, Raymond.
Right, 10-4.
Raymond Rittenauer out there on that front line. Jason Russo back out on track, our sponsor for the upcoming Tuesday night series. How about it, Jason Russo? Have you got a copy, sir?
I got you, Scott. How you doing?
Doing very good, sir. You're looking good out here in the number 14, position 3. You started second, holding your own. What are going to be the keys to effective caution-free driving out here at Kansas?
I think some just playing follow the leader here for a little while, conserving tires and getting some green flag pit stops in.
All righty, now in the number 14 Pro Automotive. Talk to me a little bit about Pro Automotive.
Pro Automotive, we're located in Dudley, Massachusetts. Check us out online at www.proautomotivema.com.
All righty, thank you, sir. And we got that 15-week upcoming schedule set aside there for Tuesday, starting up on June 5th, I do believe, June 6th. And I want to thank you for that, sir.
Thank everybody else that comes out and races with us every week, and everyone that watches. Appreciate it.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Jason Russo in the number 14 Pro Automotive underneath our first caution of the night here at Kansas. Drivers are lined up, double file. Now Raymond Rittenauer confessing that he did indeed lose out on that lucky pit stop. He missed his pit box. That's why he was so fast in and out of pit row. Had a little luck there. Matthew Quick will start on the inside in position 1, side by side with Sean Molchuk, Jason Russo, Travis Browder, Ronald Klein, rounding up our top 5. Number 76 and 61, Ronald Klein and Brad Ream, RTK Motorsports, sub-team of KMA Racing, both showing their support for autism awareness. Big shout out there to those guys. Great looking Chevy Silverado paint jobs out here. Matthew Quick up in front in his normal squatty potty. Supporting number 1 and number 2, trying to be number 1 tonight, because you certainly don't want to be number 2. Starts and restarts are done on leader's discretion. No 3 wide on the start. Drivers are asked to retain their line until they cross the start-finish line, meaning no getting up into that high lane before you cross that line. Pace car is in, and away goes Matthew Quick. Big start. Very nice start there by Jason Russo and the number 15 of Sean Molchek. Travis Browder. Travis Browder down already, almost 4 wide. Look at that 4 wide. They were thinking about it. They saw it develop and they backed off. Travis Browder pushing hard. Double file with Jason Russo. Sean Molchek up on that outside. Brad Ream, Ronald Klein racing their hearts out here. Racing hard at Kansas. Lap 17 of 100. You're going to be seeing drivers dropping below that white line. That is perfectly legal and perfectly allowed out here. Some drivers will find by doing that, they think they're a little bit faster. Problem is, you have to be very careful when you're jumping back up onto that track from below that line. Get a little bit of a boggle or a woggle, and you're going to be head first into the wall. Right there, watching Matthew Quick, Travis Browder drop down. Watching them drop back up. Not every driver likes to do that, but Matthew Quick, Travis Browder tight racing there with Jason Russo and Travis Browder. Travis Browder all over Matthew Quick like a pesky hair inside of a honey biscuit. Jason Russo on that inside lane. Started to make a move early on. Now all 3 drivers opting to stay up out of that white lane area. Sean Molchek doing his best to track them down. Jason Russo with a big run on that inside. What a big, good job right there. Big job done. Jason Russo working his heart off. Matthew Quick, Jason Russo. Matthew Quick wanting to take that lead away from Jason Russo. Jason Russo got that 1 lap lead. Matthew Quick leading 10. Matthew Quick, Travis Browder below that white line. Jason Russo up onto that high groove. A lot of drivers wanting that high groove. A lot of drivers not wanting that high groove. Great racing up here with our top 4, but that is allowing the number 76 of Ronald Klein. Ronald Klein slowly catching up to the rear end of the number 15 of Sean Molchek. Jason Russo side by side, taking that lead away from Matthew Quick. Matthew Quick with a dive down. All 3 front runners down below that white line on lap 22. Jason giving Matthew Quick a run tonight. Travis Browder hanging on like a fat man hanging on to a hot pastry. Jason Russo trading it out one more time with Matthew Quick. I tell you what, this is like Mike Tyson and Vander Holyfield. Blow to blow, coming at one another. Very clean racing though. Travis Browder leading 9 laps out here tonight. Sean Molchek leading 0, but just watching what's happened side by side with Matthew Quick and Jason Russo. We are in the cockpit of Travis Browder. So you get a good look at how the aero and the balance is affected by when these drivers do drop below that white line. We are cockpit with Tebow. Started first, currently in 3rd. Travis being very patient out here tonight. Squatty Potty versus Pro Automotive, but we're coming up on some lap traffic. Hang on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to keep this camera angle. Oh, Lordy. Not sure who the lap traffic is, but where is he going to be? Hang on to her, guys. Here we go for a ride up on that outside. Lap traffic staying low. Tight, tight, tight. Little contact. Travis Browder going to get that run up on that inside. Do believe Travis Browder may have a something for Matthew Quick. Tighter, tighter. Jason Russo out here large and in charge, leading his 5th lap of the night. Lap 26 of 100. Shout out there too. The Squatty Potty, one of my favorite trucks out here, brought to you by Over the Top Paints and Designs, John Hedrick. Checking in with a few of our other drivers back there to the rear, checking in on Gary Whitmer. Gary Whitmer in the number 52, doing a great job out here. Currently in 13th position, started 24th, already halfway up there to the front. Gary Whitmer showing his support. 4-pad and Sterling Electric. Great looking Chevy Silverado right there. Big shout out there to Gary Whitmer with GW Graphics, one of the best videographers out there. Always love the stuff that GW Graphics puts out there. Had commercials, 4-year commercials, all of our special event commercials. So big shout out there to GW Graphics. Also want to take a look at Jack Watts out here tonight, representing Southeast Motorsports. Got the number 19 of Darren Reason hot on his heels, coming up to the number 322 of Maurice Johnson here on lap 29 of 100. 3 lead changes, 1 caution. A lot of action going on out here tonight. Drivers doing an awesome job. 1 early on caution between 2 drivers. Another paint job out there done by Over the Top Paints and Designs, showing the Sport 4 pad on that rear quarter panel.
Caution, caution.
Looking at contact with the number 19 of Darren Rees. You're going to find out exactly what happened. Number 42, I do believe, is still coming up. Oh, there it is, right there down on that inside lane. I do believe the 08 of Matthew Kolb. We're going to back that up. And unfortunately, I do believe, looking at the lane change done by the number 8 of Matthew. Matthew coming up into the number 42, into the number 19. And unfortunately, that will bring out our second caution of the night. I do want to go on to the inside car cam here with the number 19. And let's go for a ride with the number 19. Back up there to the front with our current race leader, Jason Russo. Lap 31 of 100. Ladies and gentlemen, underneath this caution, quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with you. Big shout out there to Jason Russo and Pro Automotive. That'll put Travis Browder up there into that P1 position. Actually, Travis Browder a little slower out of pit road. Jason Russo, Matthew Quick, Travis Browder, Sean Molchak, Ryan Kuhn working his way up there to the front. Checking in on the number 52 of Gary Whitmer, pulling out of pit row. How about it, Gary Whitmer? Have you got a copy, sir?
I got you, Scott.
All right, how are we doing out here tonight at Kansas? I know you were a little bit hesitant last night, but you stayed out there and pulled off a very good finish. So what do you think about Kansas tonight?
Going pretty smooth right now. Trying to work my way up front and see what happens.
All right, you notice you're in a new truck out here tonight showing your Sport 4 Sterling Electric and got the KMA logos on there. Talk to me about the GW Graphics Sterling Electric number 52.
The number 52, the Sterling Electric, is a business that my dad has. He's semi-retired as an electrical contractor.
All right, copy that. Looking good out there. Big shout out there to your dad. And a little bit about GW Graphics.
GW Graphics do video productions for KMA TV, commercials, special events, and for sponsors, drivers, you name it. I do it all.
Cool, doing it all. Hope you can do it all out here. Good luck to you, GW.
All right, thanks, Scott.
Big shout out there to Mom GW out there on that KMA TV chat. Matthew Quick out there in front along with Travis Browder. Ryan Kuhn in third place. Always a good, quick interview. How about it, Ryan Kuhn? Talk to me very quickly.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, how was Kansas treating you? What are you thinking out here?
It's treating me really good right now. We restarted 23rd on that last restart and drove our way up to 6th. So I think this will be a good turnout for us tonight. Let's hopefully we don't have any more computer trouble like we did every week in the last 2 months. So praying and hoping this will last up tonight.
Alrighty. Big shout out to you, Ryan. Good luck to you. Ryan Kuhn, 16 years of age. Checking in our current running order. Matthew Quick, Travis Browder, Ryan Kuhn, Sean Molchak, and Ronald Klein. Mark Jackson. Big shout out there to Mama Patty and Kristen Phillips, rooting Mark Jackson on. Greg McClendon. Big shout out to the pizza guy, Greg McClendon's right now in 7th. Sean Dower, 8th. Brad Ream, 9th. Michael Johnson back there in position 10. Jack Watts, Matthew Kolb, Gary Whitmer Jr., Mark Armtower, and Donald Stewart rounding out the top 15. Jason Russo falling back to position 21. Going to pitch into the cockpit of Ronald Klein on this next restart. Restarts are always a blast for these drivers, but you got to be very careful. They can get a little bit hairy and a little bit scary. Looking at the kitty cat eyes, one truck up from the number 72 Dell Jr. Foundation in the cockpit with Ronald Klein, and away we go. Lap 34 of 100. 4 lead changes, 2 cautions, totaling 7 laps, and there is number 3 of Mark Jackson to the outside of Ronald Klein. Ronald Klein with a big run on that inside lane, coming around. Mark Jackson coming around. The number 15 of Sean Molchak trying to get up there too. Rear end of Travis Browder is side by side with Sean Molchak. Inside versus middle lane. A lot of drivers will like that high group. We're going to Matthew Quick up there in the very front, watching that high group down below that white line. Ronald Klein not wanting to go down there on that white line or get below that white line. It seems just as fast, running with a fast lap of a 29.987. Travis Browder, though, running with a 29.936. He has got the kitty cat eyes up in view. Travis Browder saying, "Here, kitty, 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 kitty." And here comes that squatty potty kitty cat. Travis Browder making a move up and out. All right, let's pay real close attention to the lines these drivers are. They're up onto that track. Travis up there to the wall. Back down to that inside lane. Staying behind Matthew Quick. Ryan Kuhn a little bit lower. All 3 drivers up to the wall. Now this is where it gets different. Driving down onto that inside lane. Travis Browder with a much deeper dive. Getting the run on the squatty potty. Again, drivers down below that yellow line. Notice how the truck is a-rocking. Travis is a knocking, but the door will not open up by Matthew Quick. Checking on and back with Greg McClendon. Greg McClendon very busy out here tonight in the number 23. Blaze Pizza Hut. On his heels is the number 3 Mark Jackson, being challenged by Brad Ream and the number 93 of Sean Dower. Busy back here in mid-pack. That is a ton of truck out there, ladies and gentlemen. Jack Watts and the number 93 and Mark Jackson. Jack Watts coming underneath Mark Jackson. Jack Watts out here representing Southeast. Mark Jackson in the number 3. Jack Watts advancing his position. Gary Whitmer Jr. in a good spot right now. Started 24th, currently in 12th. Still duking it out with the number 322. Donald Stewart, Jason Russo, position 14. Donald Stewart in position 13. Jason Russo leading 12 laps. Making a run here on lap 41 of 100. Try to get his positioning back, getting a big run off of the number 78. Coming around the number 52. Going to try to come around the number 322, but the number 78 of Donald Stewart fighting back 3 wide. It's always cool out here watching when your sponsors are out here. We're going to jump way back to the back of the field and checking out the other drivers looking at Joel Guy in the rear of the field, number 91 of Joel Guy. Joel Guy started 26 in position 23, going into the right direction. Looking at Chris Hogue. Chris Hogue looking very sharp out here tonight. Chris Hogue showing his support for KMA TV. Very nice looking paint job. That is the 4-year anniversary truck brought to you by Ted Emmenheiser and Gearhead Paint Shop. Gearhead Paint Shop, making things happen out there for KMA Racing. Big shout out there to Ted Emmenheiser, Gearhead Paint Shop. Chris Hogue, started 27th, currently is in position 22, coming around the DeWalt. The number 20 DeWalt of Dave Acacia. Dave Acacia started 21st, currently in 22nd. Moving on forward to Lee Ryerson. Lee Ryerson making his way. Coming around the number, trying to get up there to the number 19. Lee Ryerson showing his support out there for Nikki Clenny. Big shout out there to Over the Top Paints and Designs for bringing us the Angels Never Die. We'll be seeing this truck possibly running Sunday in our monthly pad race. Number 17, Lee Ryerson showing his support for pad. Trying to get up to the number 19. 19 racing side by side. This is Darren and Raymond. Darren and the number 19 Peak coming around. Raymond Rittenauer trying to get up there too. Matthew Kolb. Matthew Kolb started 10th, currently is in 16th position on lap 47. Coming around the number 37 of Mark Amtower, representing Carolina. Making their way up to the number 52 of Gary Whitmer. racing so far, only 2 cautions, towing down 7 laps. We are almost at that halfway point. Drivers were desperately encouraged this week to run practice laps out here at Kansas. It does appear that that practice may have paid off. Looking at the number 78, Donald Stewart still racing side by side with Jack Watts, coming up onto the rear end of the number 3 of Mark Jackson. Jason Russo up to position 8. Jason Russo just a few laps ago, many laps ago actually, was up in position 1 after a couple of cautions, ended up dropping back to position 21, I believe. Right now he's up to position 8. Brad Ream racing hard with Greg McClendon. Again, both drivers liking to go right below that white line. In-car camera with Brad Ream. Now looking at that track, that is not dirt, that is not mud, that is indeed asphalt. But we are seeing a lot of rubber being built up. Looking at the rear end of Blaze Pizza, our Friday night sponsor. Big shout out there to Blaze Pizza. Never been out there to Blaze Pizza, you need to get out there and check them out. Greg McClendon trying to chase down Ronald Klein. Greg McClendon with a fast lap of a 29.999 as the number 61 of Brad Ream comes tearing under. Greg McClendon saying, not that easily, brother. Great side-by-side action there with Greg McClendon. Whoa! Tighter than a hair in a biscuit, and there is Jason Russo. Jason Russo wanting some of this action. Very impressive night out here tonight for the number 23 of Greg McClendon, racing it up with Brad Ream with RTK Motorsports. Trying to get one more run, but just not quite able to complete it. Checking it up on Ronald Klein. Ronald Klein, the number 76, position 5, started out 16th position. Hey, big shout out there to Donald Sadusky out there on that start. Big shout out there to Michelle McMaster Eisenhower. We were talking about our upcoming pad race. Got a great looking truck out here tonight. Caution is out. Looking at the number 77 of Jack Watts. Going to back that up. We do know that Jason Russo was up there into the wall a little bit. I'm actually going to take that up to the blimp. A lot of things can be looked at differently. All right, up there we got Jason Russo in the white and red up at the top, folks. Does appear that he did scrape the wall, and as he was coming down, Jack Watts really nowhere to go. Jack Watts getting into the rear end. We're going to take a look at that through the in-car camera of Jack Watts and see exactly what he was seeing. I believe there was a whole lot that Jack Watts could have done right there. Backing it up one more time, we're looking way up there. Seeing Jason up there into the wall, coming around that corner, looking clear, and whoa, 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 there it is. We heard him lift out of that throttle. Unfortunate break there for Jack Watts and Jason Russo. Not much, I don't believe, that Jack Watts could possibly have done to avoid any of that scenario right there. Nonetheless, back up to green flag live racing up here with Matthew Quick, Ryan Kuhn, and Travis Browder. How about it, Travis Browder?
Hey,
We've got a copy.
Scott. What a fun night I'm having. How are you?
Doing good, having a fun night out here myself. You're looking very sharp out there. You started first, holding a very solid top 3, leading 9 laps. You know what you're doing. Tell us all about Kansas.
I got involved in the first incident, but the damage is really not that bad, so I'm still hanging with them. Still got pretty good speed. They got it all fixed up. If you run the bottom early in the run, and then later the run, go up against the wall. And Kansas is a pretty fun track for me. It's hard to pass, but it's still fun though.
All right, now how is the tire wear out here? We're at 55, 45 to go. At this point in time, do you try to save a second by not taking tires?
Taking tires is a factor here because it will get tight for like 10 to 15 laps into the run. Because I saw somebody in front of me pushed up and got into the walls. I've seen a lot of people arrow pushing a little bit, but hey, we're trying to take care of it.
All righty, good job, Travis. Looking good tonight.
Thank you, Scott.
Big shot out there too. Travis Browder going to take a look at Brad Ream in the number 61. How about it, Brad Ream? Have you got a copy?
Yeah, hey Scott, how you doing up in the box?
Doing good, doing very good, sir. You're having a good night out here. You started 7th and 5th position right now. Talk to me about your trip to Kansas.
Hey, so far so good. We're trying to work tire management here and keep it safe and still be somewhat fast. And we get a slower start, and then all of a sudden, this truck will come into it, so it's kind of nice.
All right, copy that. Now, I am seeing you, sir, in the Autism Awareness KMA TV RTK. Autism Awareness, is that something special to you?
Yeah, I've got several friends that have autistic children, and we also like to sponsor a good cause whenever we can. I also would like to give a shout out to all the Vietnam veterans out there. I was fortunate enough to have one today and 2 come in tomorrow and speak to my high school class. So toast to those men.
All righty, definitely a big shout out there. And you're side by side with your RTK Motorsport buddy Ronald Klein. So you're in a pretty good spot right now, you think?
Yeah, but Ron's not going to give it up easily. I've noticed him. He's fun to race with, and he's going to do it. He'll do it clean, but he's not going to give it up easy. So it'll be some sparks.
All right, copy that. Good luck to you, Brad.
Thank you, sir.
Lap 57 of 100. Big shout out to the fans out there on the KMA TV chat. Big shout out there to Donald, Becky, Michelle McMaster, Eisenhower, Kristen, and Mama Patty checking in on our fans out here. We have got Gary Whitmer Jr. right sitting back in position 11. Looking at Mark Jackson, trying to find Mark Jackson out here. Mark Jackson is up there in position 7th. Mark Jackson in a very good spot right now, actually. Ryan Kuhn out there on that front line. And away we go, ladies and gentlemen, back to Green Flag Racing tonight with Kansas. Ryan Kuhn with a big run out there. Travis Browder side by side with Matthew Quick on the inside, dropping down to that inside lane is the number 15 of Sean Malchuk. Side by side racing with RTK 1 and 2. Brad Ream and Ronald Klein. Both of these drivers out here showing their support for autism. Partners in a good cause. I've yet to see green flag pit stops out here tonight, but they are still a possibility. Fuel load sets at about 35 to 38 laps. These drivers will not have enough to bring her home. Mark Jackson trying to trace down the number 61 of Brad Ream. Looking at the number 77 of Jack Watts, hot on his heels. Going to go for some in-car action with Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson keeping it very busy. Looking at the rear end of the number 61 of Brad Ream. We are in car, Mama Patty with Mark Jackson. Brad Ream trying to make a move on his teammate Ronald Klein. You can hear these drivers lifting as they do pull around this track. Looking at the number 37. Nope. Backing it up to the number 17. The number 17 of Lee Ryerson Jr. Looking like Lee Ryerson Jr. just slightly came up into contact with the number 37. Going to look at it one more time. Lee Ryerson, the number 17, sliding up into the number 37. Tough break there for the number 37 of Mark Amtower and the number 17 of Lee Ryerson. Slight drift up there, bringing out our fourth caution of the night, putting Ryan Kuhn, Travis Browder, Sean Molchuk, Matthew Quick, Ronald Klein in 5th place. Mark Jackson edging into pit row. Mark Jackson faking a pit row. Well, you know what? We got to go talk to Mark about that. We got to figure out what that was about. How about it, Mark Jackson?
Hi, Scott.
Hi. I saw that move. Faking there into pit row, you sly dog. What was that all about?
Well, I don't know. I figure at this point of the race, we just want to do something different than what everybody else is doing, try to get our track position back. We got in some trouble earlier, and it's been a fight to get up here ever since.
All right, copy that. I do want you to do one thing for me. Give Mama Patty a big shout out.
I do want to say hello to my Mama Patty. She's up there at the stands watching. Hey, Mom, how's it going? Love you very much. Wanted to thank our sponsor tonight, Pearl Automotive. I'm a mechanic myself, and if you guys up there need your car fixed, go see Jason. He's an awesome guy.
All righty. Now, for the remaining 37 laps, what's your game plan?
Try to stay on that wall. Man, I got up there a little high a couple times and kissed it. We got her fixed. We got in a little trouble earlier. We got clipped and got into it, but you know, it's a tight track, fast, and a lot of good racers in here. So we're going to try to pull out a good finish, especially for Mom.
All right, copy that. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Scotty.
Mark Jackson doing a good job out here tonight. Travis Browder, Sean Molchuk out there on the front. Donald Stewart sitting back in mid-pack in position 12. How about it, Donald Stewart? Have you got a copy, sir?
Yeah, I got you. How you doing, Scott?
Doing pretty good. How are you doing out here? You started 14th, you're in 12th, you're in the middle of the pack. Is that where you want to be with 36 to go?
Nah, actually I'm getting beat up pretty good out here tonight, so I got a little right front damage, so I don't think I'm going to have nothing.
Alrighty, but so far it has been a much better night than last night we had out there at Richmond. Is it due to the track, the vehicle, or the driver attitude?
I think it's the track, and I also think it's the vehicle. These ones you can pretty much drive them wide open to about 10 to 15 laps on your tires, then you have to start lifting a little bit.
Alrighty, anybody you'd like to give a big shout out here?
Yeah, give a shout out to you and the KMA broadcasting you're doing, and all my KMA brothers out here. John Hendrick, Over the Top Paints and Designs, painted my truck. Gary Whitmire for his graphics design, and all the sponsors, Jason Lucio and Glenn, Greg McClendon, and Richard B.
Alrighty, now one more question, and you brought this up on our KMA TV chat. We're actually in car with you riding shotgun. We just witnessed you jerking that car to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. Tell our fans what that's all about.
Just trying to get the marbles off the tire. There's a lot of debris on the track tonight, and the marbles get stuck on your tire. And just trying to clean them up so I can get a little bit better traction coming in the corner.
Alrighty, copy that. Good luck to you, Donald.
Thank you, sir.
Alrighty, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of education with your racing. Big shout out there to Donald Sadusky on that KMA TV chat. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this coming Saturday, very special race. The Ryan Sadusky Memorial Tribute Race. Tally Trucks 100 Laps brought to you by Donald Sadusky and KMA Racing. Broadcast by KMA TV. Unfortunately, 1 year ago, first week of May, Ryan Sadusky taken tragically from the hands of Donald Sadusky and the Sadusky family. We did the first Memorial race shortly after Ryan passed. We're going to be doing the second coming up this Saturday. Hope to see you joining us. Big shout out there too, Donald Sadusky. Keeping Donald and the Sadusky family in their prayers right now. In-car camera with Donald Stewart as he does edge up those gears, get up to the rear end of Jack Watts. Down that inside lane, he is going after the pizza guy, Greg McClendon, as Jack Watts does slide down. Jack Watts dropping for Southeast Motorsports. Jack Watts opening up that door on that inside lane. Donald Sadusky ringing the bell. Donald Sadusky going forward. Going to keep this in-car camera. Donald Sadusky does appear to be on the move here on lap 67 of 100. Drivers may very well be within their fuel load right now. Looking at 33 laps to go. 4 cautions totaling out 14 laps. Travis Browder, our race leader, leading 14 laps. Matthew Quick leading 15. Donald Stewart knocking on the rear end of the number 77 of Jack Watts one more time. Greg McClendon racing it up with the number 61, trying to get a run underneath. Getting up there to the rear end of the 322, Mose Johnson. Lap 70 of 100, 30 to go, 6 lead changes. Matthew Quick leading 15 laps right now in position 6, working his way back up to the front. Side by side with number 3 of Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson on that outer lane. Matthew Quick challenging. Matthew Quick opting for that inside lane. Mark Jackson opting to stay up down the outside. Neither lane really had the momentum right there. Matthew Quick and a big run by Greg. Big run by Greg. Tight right there. Thought Greg was going to slide up into the number 322. Greg with a big run down on that inside lane. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't believe I've ever seen Greg McClendon move like he is moving tonight. Very impressed with Greg McClendon. Very impressed with every driver out here. Big shout out there to Michelle, signing out there for the night. And hey, I always want to tell you all about PAD, and they got the PAD race coming up on Sunday, and caution is out. Looking at Raymond Rittenauer. Raymond Rittenauer side by side with the number 20 and the number 20. Ooh. Well, I don't know about that one there. Folks, the number 20, David Casia, possibly sliding up just a hair. I don't know. I don't like making that call. All I know is there's contact between the number 20 and the number 87. I'll let you look at it one more time. And there is the contact right there between the number 20 of David Casia and the number 87 of Raymond Rittenauer. But Raymond Rittenauer, I think he got a little bit on the worst end of that deal. At least he will be able to get it back into pit row with a fresh set of tires. I'll put Ryan Kuhn up here in front, Travis Browder, Sean Mulchek. All right, as I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, Sunday, upcoming PAD race. Hope to see you out there. PAD brought to you by KMA TV. And speaking of, we're going to check out that PAD video brought to you by GW Graphics. Good run by Greg. Big shout out there to Pad. People against distracted driving. All right, ladies and gentlemen, underneath our fifth caution of the night, looking at our race summary. Our running order is Travis Browder, Matthew Quick, Ryan Kuhn, Sean Molchek, Ronald Klein, Jason Russo back up there to 6th position. Mark Jackson in 7th, Greg 8th, Maurice Johnson in 9th, and Jack Watts rounding out our top 10. Brad Ream, Donald Stewart, Gary Whitmer Jr., Darren Reason, Dave Acacia, position 15, Raymond Rittenauer, Chris Hogue, Mark Amtire, Lee Ryerson Jr., and the number 91 of Joel Guy. In the rear of the field, position 20. Garrett Potts, 1 lap down. Laps completed 75. Total laps tonight out here was 100. Lead changes of 8. 5 cautions totaling out 17 laps. Joel Guy looking rather patriotic right there. Drivers are double fouled, waiting to get back to some green flag racing. Hopefully a green flag pit stop out here. Becky Whitmer talking about the new t-shirt supporting Pad. Hey, good stuff out there. Pad very predominant out on the East Coast. Unfortunately here in Illinois, I tell my nieces, I tell my daughter, and they're just like, what is Pad? And out here in Illinois, believe it or not, nobody ever hears. Now, we do have laws on the books for no texting here in Illinois. You do have to be hands-free. Nonetheless, I swear to goodness, last week I saw a lady driving a Cadillac, had a poodle on her lap, and a phone in her hand. True story. There's some crazy people where I live. Always keep in mind, but remember, don't be taking pictures of those that are driving and texting beside you, because then you unfortunately become a distracted driver yourself. Best thing to do is pull over and report. I do know in New Jersey it is pound 77. I'm not sure what it is in your state, but let's check that out. Pace goes in, Travis Browder, Matthew Quick, Ryan Kuhn, Sean Molchek, Ronald Klein, position 5. Big traffic out here tonight on lap 77. Been great racing all night. Mark Jackson still holding his own in position 6th at the moment. The number 23, Greg McClendon, position 7. Number 61, Brad Ream, the number 77 of Jack Watson. Jason Russo still putting on a great show out here tonight. All these drivers actually very impressed tonight. Been a lot of fun out here tonight as we do get down to our closing laps. Going to pitch down on the pavement, folks, into the nose angle of Brad Ream. We're going to work our way up through that front. If we basically strapped you onto the hood of the car, this is what you would be looking at. We are with Brad Ream, Jason Russo, Maurice Johnson taking a good look at the Blaze Pizza number 23, Greg McClendon, Greg McClendon looking at the rear end of Mark Jackson. This is Greg McClendon's view, side by side with Mark Jackson. Now getting a good view of the number 76 of Ronald Klein. Greg McClendon trying to steal fourth place position away from Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson up side by side with Greg McClendon. Greg McClendon getting a slight edge down. Will take position forward. Mark Jackson. What a block by 23, and we are all up into the rear end of Greg McClendon in car with Mark Jackson. Tight right there. Mark Jackson trying to maneuver his way around the number 23 of Greg McClendon. Mark Jackson in position 6. Greg McClendon in position 5. Number 15, Sean Molchek side by side with Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson tight with the wall. Sean opting to stay a little bit lower. Mark Jackson below that white line. Sean not below that white line. Lots of different driving angles out here tonight for Kansas. But the only one really paying off is that of Travis Browder, Ryan Kuhn, and Matthew Quick. We are 18 laps from being done with our evening big racing out here with Travis Browder, Ryan Kuhn, Matthew Quick. Ryan Kuhn with a sharp left down onto that bottom. All 3 drivers, 4 drivers, 5 drivers, all of these drivers up here in front opting to drop below that white line at some point in time. Ryan Kuhn getting a push from Matthew Quick. Matthew Quick tight onto the rear end of the number 72. Ryan Kuhn, I do believe, is one of our younger drivers out here. If I'm correct, he's about 16, 17 years old. Travis Browder in his early 20s. Youth may be a factor out here tonight at Kansas. Ronald Klein back there in position 4, representing Autism and RTK. Very good showing out here tonight for Ronald Klein. Greg McClendon back in 5th. Mark Jackson in 6th, and Sean Molchek in position 7. Towards the rear of the field, more straight line action, looking at the number 91 of Joel Guy. Chris Hogue still alive, doing a good job back there in position 16. Darren Reason and the number yellow, number 19, position 15, losing 2 spots, started 13th. Trying to chase down the number 37 of Mark Armtower. And Gary Whitmer, very solid 13th position. Gary Whitmer doing a great job tonight of keeping the GW Chevy Silverado clean, coming up with the number 77 of Jack Wow. It seems that Gary and Jack have been spending a lot of time out here tonight at Kansas. A little bit of a move there by the number 37, Mark Amtower. Mark Amtower trying to come around. Number 52 of Gary Whitmer getting a run. Not able to complete that pass on Gary Whitmer Jr. Working our way up front with 12 to go. Number 78. Trying to stay away from the number 322 of Maurice Johnson, trying to get up there to 9th position of Jason Russo. Jason Russo, our Tuesday night sponsor. Big shout out there to Pro Automotive and Jason Russo being our sponsor for the Tuesday night truck series. New series starting June 6th, 15 different tracks. Phoenix, Vegas, Pocono, Bristol, Dover, Chicagoland. Only one super speedways. Only one speedway in that series. Jason Russo up to the rear end of Sean Molchek in the number 15, lap 90 of 100. Brad Ream in the number 61, representing RTK and Autism. Caution is out. Looking at the number 19 of Darren Reason. Not sure if he was involved with anyone else or not. Looking like he just up and drifted into that wall, came down across track, and back up into the number 6 of Chris Hogue. Oh, wow. That is a breaker right there for Chris Hogue. Chris Hogue had done a great job out here all night, hanging out by himself, minding his own business. But unfortunately, Darren, slightly out of control, coming up into the side of the number 6 of Chris Hogue. Bad night for the number 19 of Darren Reason. Chris Hogue trying to make his way back into pit road, taking a fair amount of damage though. Front end pretty well buckled up. Tough break for Chris Hogue out there in front. Back up to the live action, Ryan Kuhn in position 1. Travis Browder, Ronald Klein, Greg McClendon, and Brad Ream rounding out our top 5. This is our 6th caution of the night. Not a bad night out here though, folks. Looking at Greg McClendon. How about it, Greg McClendon? Have you got a copy?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Alrighty. You're looking pretty good. I was telling the fans out there on the KMA TV chat, I have never seen Greg attack track like he is attacking Kansas. You must like this track.
I'm actually fairly decent at the 1.5 miles if I had to call that one of my fortes, but I just tried to stay clean all night long.
Alrighty, copy that. Now, we've also been telling our fans about the upcoming Friday night series we are working on. Blaze Pizza is a sponsor for that. We've got 15 different tracks starting off, I do believe, on Friday, June 7th. Might be the 8th, but Friday, the first week of June. Tell us a little bit about Blaze Pizza.
Blaze Pizza is born by Rick and Elise Wetzel out in California, and they were sitting at a burrito place and had an aha moment, and all of a sudden we got Blaze Pizzas all over the United States and in Canada as well. If they're not one near your neighborhood yet, there's going to be one there pretty soon, and it's going to be the best experience you've ever had in your entire life, I guarantee it.
Alright, copy that. And you give away some pretty cool stuff there on Friday, like t-shirts and the package. So the drivers always look forward to that, so we appreciate you taking care of KMA Racing, KMA TV, and the hungry fans of Blaze Pizza.
Hey, love you guys out there in YouTube land, and hopefully we'll give you guys a finish worthy of it here.
Alright, doing a great job. Started 19th, up into 4th with 7 to go. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Scott.
Blaze Pizza, Greg McClendon. Ryan Kuhn, Travis Browder, Ronald Klein, Greg McClendon, Brad Ream, top 5. Jason Russo, Mark Jackson, positions 14 and 13. Gary Whitmer, position 15. Darren Reason, Joel Guy, 16th and 17th. Drivers will be going green next time by. We are on lap 94 of 100. This should be our last caution. Hoping this will be our last caution nonetheless. With 6 to go. Looking at Ryan Kuhn leading 40 laps tonight. Well, no matter what, he will be our leading the most lap winner with 40, at least 40. Travis Browder leading 27. Matthew Quick leading 15. Matthew Quick currently back in 9th position. Jason Russo has led 12, and he is back in P14. Now here in Kansas, anything can happen, so I would not count out Jason Russo still having a good shot out here tonight, as well as Jack Watts, Mark Jackson, Gary Whitmer. The leaders right now, they really need to focus, stay focused, make sure they don't wipe one another out in the remaining. Will come down to a 5-lap shootout. Drivers are gearing up, getting ready to roll. And away goes Ryan Kuhn, Travis Browder, the number 76 of Ronald Klein. Travis Browder immediately down in front of the number 76, but very legal. He waited until he did cross that start-finish line. Ronald Klein needs to work his way around the number 18 of Travis Browder and work his way around in a hurry. This is lap 95 of 105 to go. Ronald Klein up to that outside lane. Greg McClendon coming on the inside door. Ronald leaving that inside door open. Contact. Don't know if that'll throw that caution or not. No caution will be thrown. Greg McClendon damaged. Chaos. All right, backing it up, backing it up. All right, we do want to get up there to Ronald Klein. We do need to see what happened there with Ronald Klein. That is what initially put it all into effect. I don't know what happened. There was contact. All right, here we go, folks. Look at the number 76. I'm looking at this with you. I have not a clue. So we're going to figure it out together. All right, looking at the number 23 and the number 76 side by side. And right there is the initial contact. So I'm just going to show it to you. You guys out there can see exactly what happened. And we're going to even give you one more angle on that. Going to back it up one more time to the rear view of Ronald Klein. Looking at Ronald Klein and Greg McClendon. A little bit of contact there, sending the number 76 rocketing out of control. I think Greg may have come up just a hair. Not much, but as Ronald was coming back up into that track, nowhere to go, and the number 20 of Dave Acacia, just not much he could do, nowhere he could go. Wham bam, what a flip up on my roof. All right, I do want to get you into the in-car cam. One of my favorite views. We got to look at that, and we got to roll with the punches. Here we go. In-car camera, and mid to the sky, and into the moon, and over and over. Tough break 4. Dave Acacia. Up to live action with Ryan Kuhn. This is lap 98 of 100. Ryan Kuhn in first place. Travis Browder in second. Donald Stewart in position 3. I do believe this will possibly wrap it up. I'm going to take a chance here and go on and ask my good friend Donald Stewart. How about it, Donald Stewart? Have you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I got you.
Now, would I be correct in assuming that this show at Kansas is over?
Yes, sir, that assumption is correct. It is over.
So there will be no one-lap shootout?
Negative. No shootout.
Alrighty, copy that. I've already talked to you once tonight, but you got a third place, so talk to me about what your thoughts are tonight. We had 9 lead changes, 7 cautions. You didn't lead any laps. You started 14th, you got 3rd. Are you pretty happy about all that?
Actually, yes, I am very tickled for the kind of race that I had tonight. I am very surprised that I am up here.
Alrighty, and what was your key tonight to getting her done as you did?
There was no key. I was racing as hard as I could, to be honest with you, Scott.
Alright, well, you did a good job. I'm pretty proud of you bringing home a 3rd place for KMA. Good job tonight, Donald Stewart.
Thank you, buddy.
Travis Browder.
Scott! Hey, Captain!
Hey, Gilligan. Hey, guess what?
Hey!
You got second place.
It was a lot of fun tonight. I wish we had an evergreen, but hey, I still had fun, and I still won. We're all winners tonight still.
All right, copy that. Now, you obviously know what you're doing out here driving the Toyota. Even though I don't much like that Toyota, you brought her home with second place. So tell me about how you did that. Tire wear, or was it just a couple of easy cautions there for you?
That was a good night for sure. I took 2 tires on that last stop. One was like a lap 73, and we had that yellow, and it was still solid and good. And I done everything I could to race with Ryan there. So say, big congratulations to him on the win.
All right, copy that. Like to see some pictures up later on tonight, buddy.
Yes, sir, Captain. Fun night.
But the race winner of the evening is Ryan Kuhn. Ryan Kuhn bringing her home tonight at Kansas. All right, Ryan Kuhn, the floor is yours. Talk to me, brother.
Man, I can't believe it, man. Honestly, it's been a while, and so much computer trouble. And I came in tonight just hoping I'd finish to get a win. It means a lot. So, thanks to everybody, broadcast, everybody here, and it means a lot to us.
No, it means a lot to me being here, but hey, help me become a better driver. You led 46 laps out here. Now, even though there was a few too many cautions, of course, always is, but you're leading 46 laps, you obviously know what you're doing, so what advice could you give to me finishing back there 15 spots back?
Pretty much be smooth, no mistakes, pretty much go where everybody else doesn't go. So, like, I was running the bottom while everybody else was running the top, and early on in the race. So that's just here. I don't know, Charlotte, different story. And, I just feel like if there's all trucks in one line, they're just gonna get stacked up. You just go wherever they're not. So.
All right, copy that. We got you on that KMA TV broadcast channel watching you do those burnouts. Looking good. Good job tonight, Ryan Kuhn, winning at Kansas.
Thank you.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take a quick look at those final stats, and then we're going to sign out of here. I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. Kansas, we'll possibly see you on Thursday with a live stream in car, and Friday we'll be back with you for the Friday night flights with Greg McClendon, Blaze Pizza, and KMA Racing Saturday special event with the Ryan Sadusky tribute race, and Sunday on pad. Triple broadcast weekend, ladies and gentlemen. I am Scott Kolovic, and I am out of here.